Of today's evening, the stage is going to be taken over by Ramakrishnan. அவருக்கும் ஒரு அறிமுகமும் தேவையில்லை. He is one among us, but still formality demands that I introduce him. If the first gentleman was a doctor by profession, here we have a chartered accountant who worked in the Ministry of Petroleum in Qatar. But more importantly, if you ask him, he will talk about the days he spent with MSV in Qatar. That will be a bigger demo from him if we allow him to talk on that. He is an accomplished harmonica player, all by himself, self-taught, and he has uploaded many of his plays on YouTube also for those who wish to enjoy. And he is always passionate about getting more insights on MSV songs vis-a-vis the similar movies made in Hindi. அதே சிச்சுவேஷன், அதே பாட்டு, அதை கம்பேர் பண்ணுறது, அது எப்பவுமே அவருக்கு இருக்கிற ஒரு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட். ஸோ டுடேஸ் செஷன் இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி அபவுட் தட். அதே படம் ஹிந்தியில் ரீமேக் பண்ணது, அதே சிச்சுவேஷன், அதே பாட்டு, அந்த கம்பேரிசன், ஆர் தி அதர் வே ரவுண்டும் இருக்கலாம். ஹிந்தியில் வந்த படம் அப்புறம் தமிழில் வந்திருந்தாலும் I think it's going to be a very objective, unbiased analysis, and probably he will leave us to decide and judge the results at the end of the day. Thank you.
Very good evening to all of you. Really honored to present yet another program on Mellisai Mannar especially. Why I have named this Incomparable? The Hindi padathilinde Tamil padam varudhu, Tamilinde Hindi varudhu is a very common thing from that era to this era. So if you take the comparable thing about both is that it's the same story, the same theme, the same situation, the same characters. Probably the actors are different, but what stands out is the originality of the composers for the same situation. Without going anywhere near that original song, how did the composers come to the same kind of challenge which the original composer faced? This is not about comparing Ivar Perera, Avar Bettera, Ivar. It is about accepting the fact that each of the music directors, whether a Hindi lindi Tamil vandadhu, Tamil lindi Hindi ku pannalum, how each of them have handled the same situation. Now I am only a conduit. I must dedicate this program to a star in our midst, Mmfa Murali, because he did this program a couple of years back for the Rotary Club, not only selecting the songs but also arranging, conducting the orchestra, playing the keyboard and training the singers. So we did a fabulous show. I was part of the team comparing the event. So Mmfa Murali, thanks for that opportunity. The second thing is that now in the topic why don't we do it for Mmfa அப்படின்னு விஜய் கிருஷ்ணன் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணும்போது they said yeah, it's a good topic, why don't we do it. ஸோ நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னா, இந்த ஹிந்தி தமிழில் எனக்கு ஹிந்தி தெரியாது ரொம்ப. ஸோ ஹிந்தி தமிழ் இருக்கிற நாலேஜபிள் பர்சன் யார்ட்டையாவது இதை கன்சல்ட் பண்ணணும்னா I immediately called up Madam Subhadra Shankar, who is here, and you won't believe it, in a matter of few hours she just walloped my WhatsApp with kind of information. Phenomenal information. I have incorporated many of that, Subhadra. Thank you so much. So I'm only a conduit. Now, every presenter should be aware of one thing. Whenever he tries to make an attempt to talk about MSV, the audience know much better than him. Okay? So, it's very, very important. அது எந்த ஜாம்பவான நான் நிறைய கேட்டிருக்கேன், நான் நிறைய presentation கொடுத்துருக்கேன். எல்லாத்துலேயுமே last one was for IIT alumni where very different set of audience came, but everybody was more knowledgeable. They had so much more information than what I had. That is the kind of database he has left for us. So only one request on that. I'm sure when I say remake films now, already your head must be filled of songs which have and films which have come from both languages. So just hold your information. We will talk about all that. Allow me to run this presentation because I know you know much better than me. Last, Aradhana Sivagami Selvan, Brahmachari Engamama, Palum Varamum Sati. So in the standard films, Kilona, Engirindo Vandal, Yadonki Bharat, Nale Namade, idella vittuttu வேற ஏதாவது இருக்கா அப்படின்னு also I tried my best. And in fact I went to certain films and saw it fully to find இந்த situationல அங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்கா இங்க பண்ணிருக்கா இங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்கா அங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்கான்னு அந்த situation வரைக்கும் போனேன். So a lot of alterations have been made in the remake films. I'll explain all of that. Let's get on to the first one. So we are going to the first situation. Well, it all started in 1934. It was an Oscar-winning film called It Happened One Night. Clark Gable and Paulette Goddard, Frank Capra's direction. It won 5 Oscar awards. Very simple story. A rich heiress, fed up with the richness, fed up with the elitist society, she escapes from her house and meets a reporter. In the reporter, It Happened One Night. Hollywood 1953 இதே படத்தை திருப்பி ரோமன் ஹாலிடேன்னு எடுத்தோம். Now in this they changed the little heiress to the Princess of England. She is on a tour to Italy. Audrey Hepburn acted in this movie. William Wyler, the man who gave us Ben-Hur, directed this movie, and it also won a couple of Oscars. But fabulous movie. She escapes out of the palace and meets Gregory Peck, the reporter, and avalukulla enna nadakkuradhu adha Roman holiday. 1956, our own AVM Productions took this movie as Chori Chori. The music was of course by the doyens of the film world in Hindi, Shankar Jaikishan. In fact, MSV TKR சேரும்போது அவ சொல்லிருக்கார் மாதிரி Shankar Jaikishan மாதிரி நம்ம ரெண்டு பேரும் சேர்ந்து பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு. There is a legendary story, but Shankar Jaikishan was the music directors. Now the situation is, now remember, when you make the remake it might change. The situation here is, so the rich heiress comes out of the house, escapes out of the house, meets this reporter, and some events take place, and she thinks she has fallen in love with him. She thinks she has fallen in love with him. And the situation, Shankar Jaikishan created a fabulous score. I'm sure top 10 movies of Shankar Jaikishan Chori Chori figures, and this particular song is definitely the number 1 hit of Mannar and Lata. I'm sure Geeta will agree with me. Let's listen to the song. I'm not going to play all the songs fully for want of time, so I will introduce the song with a little bit of introduction music, and probably one stanza we'll play.
ये रात भीगी भीगी ये मात जाए उठा धीरे धीरे ओ चाँद प्यारा प्यारा ये रात प्यारा तूने भी नहीं देखा मौसम का ये सारा इतलाती हवा नीलम का गगन कलियों पे ये बेहोशी की नमी ऐसे में भी क्यों बेचैन है दिल जीवन में न जाने क्या है कमी.
Now அங்க வந்து Raj Kapoor, Nargis. By the way, Raj Kapoor's Nargis last movie as hero heroine was Chori Chori. Now this was made in Tamil. Now remember, Raj Kapoor's image in the Hindi film industry is a simpleton Charlie Chaplin like romantic hero. Chandrodayamla வந்து மக்கள் திலகம் matinee idol. நீங்க அங்க போய் ஐ திங்க் ஐ எம் ஃபாலோயிங் இன் லவ்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது. யூ ஹேவ் டு ஃபாலோ இன் லவ். So I am sure, let me tell you my very little introduction with Mellisai Mannar. Whether he remembers his songs or not, I don't know. I don't think he remembers all his songs, but he remembers everybody else's song. Any genre of music you will say, நீ அவன் பாட்டு கேட்டிருக்கியா, பிரமாதமா போட்டிருப்பார் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிடுவார். I don't know where he has got the database, where he got the time to listen to all of this. And a guy was going at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure you will agree, 7 o'clock or probably 6 o'clock to night, 2 o'clock is in the studios. Where is he listening to all these songs? Any genre of music he will say. So I am sure when Chandrodayam போடும்போது இவருக்கு சோரி சோரியில இந்த பாட்டு போட்டிருக்கான்னு கண்டிப்பா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். What a challenge. Matinee idol, you can't think fall in love லாம் கிடையாது. You have to fall in love. Because he is matinee idol, he is Makkal Tilagam, right? And he has to compose a very good situation. Now that makes this song incomparable. Meaning it can stand on its own foot. You don't have to compare it with Chori Chori. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு top 10 hit of TMS PS P Sushila he gave it, and what a fabulous song it is. Let us listen to it. And by the way, the same story was done in so many movies. Now Do Gyara, Chawa Pawa Bengali, Dil Hai Ki Manta Nahi, Amir Khan and Pooja, Kaadal Rojave, Hood Gatani இஷ்டத்துக்கு படம் ரீமேக் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்திருக்காங்க இந்த ஸ்டோரியை வச்சுட்டு. But let's go back to Chandrodayam. எந்தன் மனது ஆசை வரும் வயது உந்தன் வயது பேசும் இளம் மனது எந்தன் மனது ஆடவன் பார்வையில் ஆயிரம் இருக்கும் மாதுளம் நாளொரு தூதுகள் அனுப்பும் என்னென்ன. I'm sure MSB has said in many of his interviews, அப்படியே அந்த ஹார்மோனியத்து மேலே கை வைக்கும்போது நடுங்குமா கை, என்ன இந்த எப்படி போட போகிறோம் நம்ம பாட்டுன்னு. பட் லுக் அட் த வே ஹி ஹஸ் கம்போஸ் த சாங் ஃபார் அன் ஈக்குவலண்ட் ஃபிலிம் ஃபார் த சேம் சிச்சுவேஷன். இன்காம்பரபிள். லெட்ஸ் கோ டு சிச்சுவேஷன் நம்பர் 2. இப்போ அங்கேருந்து இங்கே வந்துடுத்து, இங்கேருந்து ஒன்று அமிச்சார், அது என்ன ஆச்சு பார்க்கலாமா. 1959, இட்ஸ் த ஒன் ஆஃப் த கிரேட் பா சீரீஸ் மூவிஸ். சிவாஜி கணேசன், சரோஜா தேவி, பாகத் பிரிவினை. G.N. Velumani was the producer, please remember that, and I'll tell you why. இதில் வந்து சிவாஜி கணேசன் நடிகர் திலகம் வந்து இந்த லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்டை வந்து இப்படி வச்சுட்டு நடிப்பாரான். The legendary stories is after this shooting also his hand will be there itself and people will come and tap it saying that sir shootingலாம் ஓவர் ஆகிடுது, கையை எடுத்துருவோம் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அங்கே வந்து physically challenged, very nice character, he gets married and wife dotes on the husband. அந்த தங்கமான ஒரு ஹஸ்பண்டுக்கு அவ பாடுற பாட்டு on their first night.
தங்கத்திலே ஒரு
குறை இருந்தாலும் கரத்தினில் குறைவதுண்டே உங்கள் அங்கத்திலே ஒரு குறை இருந்தாலும் அங்கு குறைவதுண்டே தங்கத்திலே ஒரு குறை இருந்தாலும் கரத்தினில் குறைவதுண்டே உங்கள் அங்கத்திலே ஒரு குறைந்தாலும் அங்கு குறைவதுண்டே மாற்றம் காண்பதுண்டே மாற்றம் காண்பதுண்டே தங்கத்திலே ஒரு குறைந்தாலும் கரத்தினில் குறைவதுண்டே உங்கள் அங்கத்திலே ஒரு குறைந்தாலும் அங்கு குறைவதுண்டே.
1965, this went to Hindi. And the movie was Khandan, Sunil Dutt and Nutan. But I want to talk something about the music director Ravi. அவர் வந்து ஒரு small village from Madhya Pradesh. He was born. He used to play the harmonium, bulbul tara, sitar, tabela எல்லாம் வாசிப்பாராம். So அந்த village இருக்கிறவெல்லாம் வந்து you go to Bombay and you will become a big music director. They sent him to Bombay. The poor guy went and tried all music directors and studios and he couldn't get any work. He came to Malad station and used to play the harmonium there. And stay in Malad station and play some of the songs. அப்போ அந்த காலகட்டத்தில் ஹேமந்த் குமார் and many of the people used to take the train. So ஹேமந்த் குமார் வந்து அதை பார்த்துட்டு நீ என்னோட ட்ரூப்பில் வந்து சேரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லி he took him as a musician, made him finally as his chief assistant music director, and then he told him you must go out now. So he went. He did not succeed in his initial first 6-7 movies, but later on he did create a lot of great movies. Ravi Vandu is very popular amongst all South Indian film producers. South Indian film producers by North India la pada edutha first choice is Ravi because Shankar Jagdishan, S.D. Burman ivalellam kadakadu. So South India Chennai la irundhu varalane there was this aversion to Madrasis. Still it is. So for them Ravi was the most friendliest music director. So in fact in today's presentation you will see a lot of Ravi's score. Now தங்கத்திலே மாதிரி ஒரு சூப்பரான மெலடி போட்டாச்சு. He has to create a melody for Lata Mangeshkar. Now 1965 was also a great film of Sunil Dutt Nutan, which was Milan, taken as Praptam in so I did not choose that. I chose this because of the wonderful composition Ravi made. By the way, this was also made in Telugu, Kannada and Malayalam. So the remake it's a historical. By the time you go to the last slide, you will see how much films have been made on the same story. You will notice that Sunil Dutt did not know how to do the left hand, so he used his right hand.
तुम्ही देव